back to semi-normal, and my classes are basically in the classroom now, which is great.
Yeah.
Uh, and we're having get-togethers too, university students and teacher get-togethers and whatnot.
Cool.
So yeah, so it's all good, and I think
Yep.
movies are part of the course. Yes.
There you go. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
Dan, you
And
schedule
Mike,
that if you could, and run some ideas by us, maybe, and times and
all
whatnot.
right. All right.
It'd be
Yeah,
great.
I'll work with Mike. I'll work together with Mike on that. We'll set something up and yeah, see when is good. I think we need to do it soon because I just have a feeling that movies tend to disappear rather quickly, and especially now if they're not getting the big crowds, we don't know how long we can count on the movie being there. So
You're
yeah, we
you're
want to
right.
do this as quick as possible. I would say.
You're absolutely right. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, if you don't keep track of it, boom, they're gone, right?
Yep.
That's happened to me
Yep.
on a couple of occasions, yes. So,
Yep. Yeah,
so we
and
need to
yeah,
keep track
James
of.
Bond, I mean, so it's been playing for a couple of weeks now already, I think.
It's been in Sakuramachi. I don't
Yeah.
Has it been in Ami Plaza? I don't
I think
or sorry.
so. I think so. I think it
Okay.
basically hit Kumamoto all over about the same time, a couple of weeks ago. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
now it's not at Sakuramachi anymore from what I could see
Oh,
on
it's
the
gone
schedule.
already. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
now I
it's
think it's
still at it's
only.
still at Ami Plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there at Ami Plaza, and
Is
they
it?
they still got two screens showing it, one with the GMOC and one with the dubbing. So
Mhm,
it's still
mhm.
going strong there. It seems like.
And it's still at United in OA
Yeah.
at
Okay.
the, Aeon Mall, what have you, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Cool.
well,
Cool. Cool.
good, great. Well, let's check it out. Let's see what we can do. Yes, we need to get back to some of these things. Get back to real
Yep.
life, I'm really looking forward to traveling. I don't know if you
Yeah.
traveled at all this summer out of Kumamoto. I know I didn't.
Not a bit. Not a bit. Yeah. But yeah,
Mm,
so
mm,
I've heard the wife says that the Philippines is now accepting uh vaccine passports so you don't have to quarantine or maybe it's down to 3 days or something like that, but they've reduced it if you have the vaccine passports from someplace. So I
that's
think they're
awesome.
basically accepting everybody's vaccine passport.
Yeah, there's this tourism, kind of model in, Phuket, Thailand. It's called the Phuket Sandbox,
Right.
where travelers go directly to Phuket. We might have
Hmm.
talked about this before, but you go
Sure.
directly to Phuket with a vaccine passport and a negative PCR test, and before it was 14 days quarantine, but it's down to 7 now, and I think they're even
Okay.
talking about lowering that, so
Mm.
that's a pretty interesting model. I think before you couldn't travel out of Phuket to other parts of
Right.
Thailand, but now you can. Uh,
Yeah, but so
you get a
when you're in Phuket,
passport.
you can go to the beach and whatever.
Apparently so, yes, if you have negative PCR test and a vaccine passport, right, yeah.
I mean, that's good for the travelers. It makes traveling a lot more attractive. But it seems to me to totally defeat the purpose of the sandbox because you got people coming in every day, new people coming in every day.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're free to interact as you will. So what's the purpose there? If anybody coming in is a carrier, they could
Mhm.
interact with anybody there and spread it. Yeah, I don't quite understand that model.
Yeah,
Maybe I
I mean,
misunderstand it,
well,
but yeah.
yeah, no, I know what you're saying, right? I know what you're saying.
Mm,
And technically, yeah, of course, that could happen and it could explode. Who knows? There's no post data, right? There's
mm,
nothing about people who've been there and left and, about the COVID, right? So
mhm.
there's no after travel data. So we don't really know. Maybe it does happen like that. Yeah,
Well,
it
I mean,
seems pretty
it's
scary. I
less
mean,
that. For me, it's less
yeah,
that, it's more the idea that, I mean, what's the purpose of the sandbox? The purpose of the sandbox is that, yeah, if something happens inside that environment, that it's
well,
limited to that,
yeah,
right? But if
right.
you
That's
if
why
they're
they
now
leave it.
allowing people to travel from the sandbox to other places, now the sandbox has no meaning. If people can mingle
Right.
interactively in the
No, no, no.
sandbox and then they can travel
Yeah.
outside the sandbox, meaningless.
Well, they can't go to anywhere else in Thailand, that is, right? So, yeah, they keep it, isolated in the sandbox,
Oh,
right?
they
And
can't? I thought you said they could now. I thought you said they could go to other
well,
places in
they're
Thailand
talking
now.
about, yeah,
Oh,
with
okay.
a negative PCR test and a vaccine passport. And there's some kind of insurance you have to get even before you go to Thailand, and there's some kind of entry card you need to obtain before traveling to Thailand in the first place. So it's kind of hard
Sounds
to
like they're
go, I
it sounds
think.
like
Yeah.
they're just gouging the tourists there, you know. Oh yeah, jump through this hoop, jump through that hoop. They're basically meaningless, but yeah, we get to skim a little more money from you. So yeah, why not?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know. Is that how it's going to be in the future? Is that how traveling is
Oh
going to
yeah,
be? I don't know.
I know that that has a big part to do with why the Philippines was the way it was. You know, you got a bunch of the rich people that own the nicer hotels, and they had put forth their influence to make sure that people that were quarantined in this list of hotels, right, that they are associated with somehow, so they're going to get the money. You got to quarantine for 14 days, and all
Mhm,
this
mhm.
regardless of what kind of vaccination history you've got, regardless of your PCR test results or whatever. You still have to, and they did that just to gouge the travelers for money, obviously.
I hate to say it, but I think you're right. I mean, they've been out of business, out of work for a year and a half, and I think they are trying to revive it, and they are thinking of that in a way,
But
sort
that's
of,
the
right?
to me, again, I'm no business expert here, obviously, but it seems to me that if you want to revive the industry, the faster you can open it up, the better. I mean, this kind of required quarantining for people that are vaccinated, that do have clean tests coming in, to then throw quarantine on top of them to make a little bit of short-term profit. Now, I mean, you're putting up another barrier that has questionable value, and it's that barrier is going to reduce the number of people. I mean, it's better to
Well, I
have,
mean, yeah, of
it's better
course,
to have
it's gonna preclude everyone from going there, right? It's gonna
right.
preclude a lot of people from being able to go there, right? Yeah, absolutely,
I
at
mean,
this
a
point.
handful of business people that for whatever
Right.
reasons need to, and so on. But yeah, yeah, it's the casual, the recreational traveler or whatever, is not gonna be able to go.
That's
And I
right.
mean, so that's yeah. So I guess the business travelers, they have to travel anyway, and they'll put up with whatever they have to. They're on business expense accounts or whatever, so they don't mind being put up in the expensive hotels or whatever, maybe. But
Mm.
yeah, it seems to me if you
Yeah,
want to
or
revitalize the tourism industry, you need to get rid of those hurdles as quickly as possible.
those with wealth can go, of course, right? Not only business people, but wealthy people, right? If you
Right.
want to take it to that. Yeah, I know you're right. You have to get rid of that, and you have to go back to normal as soon as possible. But I think people are still kind of wary about traveling, and this might be a way to see data and things like that, and we'll see. I think time will tell. Sure, time's going to tell on that one, right? Uh,
Yeah.
let's see what happens. I mean, how about just as a thought experiment here? How about having a sandbox in Kyushu, a Kyushu tourism sandbox?
Um,
How would you feel about that? Right, right. So with all
so
the
if they come
precautions,
they come
all
here,
the
they have to have a clean PCR test within the last 3 days or 72 hours or whatever. They
right,
have to be doubly fully vaccinated
fully
before they
vaccinated.
can come.
Right, right.
And then
Stay
they're
in
free to
designated
mix
hotels, social distancing to a degree, right? Yeah.
stay at designated hotels.
Yeah,
What I
yeah.
mean, what's the purpose of that? What's the purpose of the designated hotels if they can go out in the city and interact,
Well, I mean,
normally?
yeah, there'd be hotels that would cater to them, right, on kind of a
Why?
friendly basis. Yeah, I mean, well,
Why? I no,
or
that
every
that
hotel.
point I
Well,
don't
okay,
understand.
all right. Well, anyway, at any hotel then, as the part of
Right, I
a
mean, that
thought
would make
experiment,
more
any
sense
hotel.
because if you
Well,
yeah, because if
wherever.
if they can go to any restaurant, then what difference does it make what hotel they're
Well,
staying at,
okay. Well,
right?
then how about it? Any hotel, any restaurant. How about
Yeah,
that?
I mean, yeah, yeah, if we have some kind of internationally recognized, criteria for what it means to be fully vaccinated, and some kind of trustworthy, system to make sure that the people that have those documents are actually fully vaccinated. I mean, right now, I know that there's enough corruption that even in the states there are people that have been busted for selling
Take,
fraudulent vaccine
right,
passports.
sure, sure.
So I mean, that's a problem. I mean, I
Mhm,
if it
mhm.
was if it was true, I wouldn't have any problems with it at all. People fully vaccinated come in here, yeah, I mean, I got no problems with that. But the trouble is, there's too much fraud going on, so I don't know if I would care for that or not.
Mhm,
How about
mhm.
you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think with all the precautions and everything, I think I wouldn't mind trying it. Yeah, wouldn't mind trying it. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having it. Actually, I think it's a kind of an interesting idea. Of course, there's corruption. There's all sorts of problems, right? There's a whole slew of problems and whatnot, and it's not an easy hurdle. But I think it's a way to kind of get the tourism industry. Being a tourism researcher and whatnot, and one who loves to travel, I think it is a way to get back tourism, to a degree, to somewhat of the level it was, right? Or else, if not, then I mean, how is it going to start, right? If we don't do something like that, right? I mean, how
Right.
is it going to rebound in the future? Are we just going to start traveling, randomly again? I don't know if I like that either. I
Right.
mean, being on a
Right.
plane of 300 people, right? That you don't know. And
Yep.
I've gotten sick on planes before, right, from people sitting next to me or around me, coughing and hacking, and it's so. I mean, there's that
Yeah,
too,
I
but
mean, in an airplane, you've got. I mean, I know the air is filtered, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what kind of filtering system it is. That's something that I really don't know. I mean, is it filtered to the extent that it would filter out viruses from the air? I don't know.
yeah, I don't know that either. Good point. Good question. I'm not sure, right? Uh, and we don't want to find out as mere travelers. We're not in a
Right.
position to actually even know that or find that out, right? We
Right.
basically have to take our chances, right? So we're kind of like the guinea pigs, sort of.
Yep. Yep.
So even if we do the sandbox thing, we're everyone who does that sandbox is the guinea pig. Yeah,
Yeah. Of course, we both know people that have traveled during the
yeah,
pandemic.
that's right.
Buddy of ours just came back from America, what, about a month ago or something like that, or
Yeah,
a couple of months ago. Yeah. Anyway,
a couple months
whenever it
ago.
was, and
I know a few
yeah.
other people
Um.
who have traveled, and one guy I know is in the United States right now, and he's coming
Oh,
back to
really?
Japan soon. Yes,
Okay. All
he's been there
right.
for about a month visiting family and things, and so he's traveled around. Right, he's been all
Mm,
over the United States, and I guess
okay.
he posts some pictures on Facebook without masks and stuff. And I guess it's pretty cool over there. I guess right things you have to be vaccinated and whatnot or show PCR. But of course, he's only with family, I think. So his case is good, but you never
Yeah.
know. So yeah,
He's
I mean,
only with family as they go out to this place and that place and the other I mean, yeah, so it's, yeah.
yeah,
I
right.
mean, the way people describe I mean, people are people, right? And so they're going to describe their activities in the most favorable light, right? So yeah, oh, I'm only spending time with my own family, right? Of course, our family is going to here and going to there and going to the other place, but I'm just with my family, right? So
Yeah. No,
um
exactly, right.
right.
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
I'd be
so
interested to talk to some of the people who have done that, right? And just because 'cause I'm curious about the plane situation or
mm,
transiting in America. I don't know about that because I would have to
right.
take 2 airplanes in America if I were to go to visit my mom,
Yep.
for example, yeah, or even my
Yeah.
sister, because, yeah, it's there's no direct flights to where I'm from.
Right.
I would
Yeah.
have
Same with me. Yeah. I hit. I either fly into the coast or I can fly into like Detroit or Chicago, and then I've got another flight from there. So,
Mm,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Same with me, exactly. Detroit or Chicago. I've done that. I've done that transit before.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
I've actually flown to JFK and driven, from New
Oh,
York to Pennsylvania.
wow.
Right, I've done
Mm,
that as fun,
yeah,
right? As just
yeah.
as a fun kind of a trip. But now I think it would have to be in reality, perhaps something like
Yeah.
that.
Did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
remember to drive on the right side of the road?
I did.
You
Thanks for asking. Yeah,
know?
I
Yeah,
did. I did.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, that
yeah.
that I tell you, driving on the street isn't that bad. What gets me is every once in a while when I'm in a parking lot, when and it's like,
Ah.
the parking lot's a little less structured, right? It's like, "Oh, shit, now which side am I supposed to pass him on?" Right?
No, no, no. I hear you. Right, exactly. That's right. Oh my gosh, wait a second. There's no arrows. Which way do I go here? Right. Yeah.
Right.
I've done
Yeah.
it a couple of times. In Japan, I did it once, but while turning, I was going down a road and turning onto from, turning right. So you're going across the left lane traffic, right? But I went
Mhm.
directly right into the
Whoops.
oncoming traffic, yeah, instead of going
Oh,
over,
yeah.
because that's the way
Oh,
America is, you drive on the right
sure.
side, of the
Right.
road, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so and, I was quickly reminded, "You're in the wrong lane!" Ah! Oh my
You're
god, that's
quickly
right.
reminded by a semi-trailer truck that,
Yeah,
smashed into
my
people,
whole
right?
line of
Yeah.
cars, basically. "Oh, no." That's right.
Whoops. Yeah.
Whoops, yeah, right. And I did it once in it. So this was in Japan, I did that, and I did it once in America on a country road,
Oh.
where there were no cars, right? And I was
Mhm.
going down the left side of the road, right, where we drive in Japan, going and it didn't dawn on me for a little bit, and then, yes, sure enough, a car came. Whoa,
Uh,
oh my gosh, I gotta get over here. Yeah, fortunately, nothing bad
uh,
happened.
the one way I remember between Japan and America is the driver is always in the center of the street.
Yes, that's a good way to remember. Right,
Right,
exactly.
I mean, that's the only way I can remember,
Yeah.
that's my cue, so, yeah, I try to be close to that center line, whichever side of the car I'm on, that side of the car is close to the center line. Okay, I got
That's
that.
exactly right. That's a good way to remember. So if the line's in the center, you got it right next to that, you're okay. You're all right, right?
Right. That's why
Uh,
the parking lots freak me out. If they don't have the nice clear lanes, if it's just got this unstructured parking lot, and
yeah.
like, "Whoa, wait a minute, which side?"
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Sure, sure, sure,
Less
sure.
structured freaks me out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
One problem I had when I first came to Japan driving was looking at the rear view mirror, right? Because,
Mm.
in
Oh,
in America, you're looking basically up to the right for the rear view mirror, right?
right. Yeah.
And to the left outside for the outside mirror, right? And
Mhm.
I used to mix that up all the time, right? In Japan, you're driving on the
Inter
right-hand side in the car, right? You have to look up to the left, right? And I was always looking up to the right. Oh, wait, there's no mirror
Yeah.
there. Oh, okay, there it is. That was hard to get used to. That was my thing.
Yeah.
And, but
Yeah, that
once you drive a lot, you get used to it.
right, yeah. The I can't remember. So, yeah, I mean, the steering wheel is on the opposite side of the car, but the pedals are in the same order, it's still the gas is your right foot and or, is on the right side, right?
Right.
Regardless of which side of the car you're on. I can't
That's right.
remember the turn signals. The turn signals, aren't they on the opposite hand?
You're right, they're on the opposite side. Exactly.
Yeah.
Opposite side.
So
So,
that's the one that freaked me out. The rearview mirror that wasn't too bad because that was in the middle of the car again. But using your left hand or your right hand to do the turn signals that freaked me out. I mean, because a lot of the cars, most of the cars now have the windshield wipers. So I don't know how many times I was going to make a turn and I turned on the windshield wipers.
man, that still gets me right now, these days even, right? Yeah, when I go over there, no, absolutely, it still gets me. Yeah, right. Yeah,
I mean, of
exactly.
all the stupid, I mean,
Turn.
if you're gonna switch the hands, why not switch the feet? I mean, at least then okay, everything's the opposite, but this they switch, and that they don't. It's like, oh my god, too much,
Yeah,
too much to process for this old mind here.
it is. It's a kind of a lot to process, actually. It really is,
you
right?
know,
And I don't know if you've ever tried to drive a standard in Japan.
yeah,
A
yeah, yeah. I did for a
four.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did too, and that was really hard to get used to, I swear. For
Oh
me, the
yeah.
left hand. Well, you're left-handed, so maybe it's not bad. But
Right. It wasn't bad for me at all. In fact, I
right.
kind of prefer it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
Well,
okay,
right.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
For me, it was really hard because the one number first gear is still, it's on the left, right? Upper
Right,
left, basically, right?
right.
And then you
Uh-huh.
go down to second. On your right
Right.
hand, it's kinda close to you, and you can kinda get that rather easily, right? I had no problem in
Yeah,
America doing that. In Japan, it's, like, away from you. So,
right.
in first and you're pushing it away from you, right? Which is just
Ah,
strange. It was strange for me to try to get that. Yeah, very bizarre.
yeah, I get you.
It takes
Yeah,
getting used to. Of
yep,
course, after some time, you can get it, but, yeah, there was at first, it was weird.
yeah.
I ground a
Yeah,
lot of
maybe
gear.
that was it. Maybe being left-handed might have helped me a little bit with that. It was a lot easier for my left hand to learn the new movements,
Mm.
to get used to that, because
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because it wasn't so drilled in, because my right hand or whatever, yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe. That's interesting. I never thought about that. I
Yeah.
I didn't drive a manual that much. I used to drive a
Mhm.
manual quite a bit in America.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
guess about half and half. Half my cars were manual, half were automatic, but in Japan, I've only had, I think, 1 manual car in all my time here in Japan. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, most people go for the automatic, yeah. So a lot
Oh,
of
but I have
countries.
I have mm.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I have rented like a K truck, with the manual transmission and those, to for
Mhm.
moving and stuff like that, So yeah, I guess I
Mm.
have driven quite a few times with the manual. I only
I did
owned
that once
one
too.
manual transmission car. Yeah.
I did that once too. I'd never had a manual car, but my friend and I drove to Hokkaido from Kumamoto in the early days, and he had a manual, and we drove
Ah,
together, and how I got my experience. But yes, I rented a small K truck manual and once, right? So
yeah.
I don't have a lot of
I remember
experience.
I was surprised. I thought, I mean, my chauvinistic, sexist idea, is that women basically like the automatic transmission more. But I dated a woman for a while that had a manual transmission, and I was kind of surprised. She said, "Oh yeah, I don't feel like I'm driving if it's an automatic. I feel like I'm just a passenger. Then, I like having the manual transmission. That makes me feel like I'm really driving this thing. So,
Yeah, yeah.
all right.
Right, right, right. I've heard that too. Sure, sure. I guess so, I guess so. I think apparently I
Yeah.
guess it's better on gas mileage or is it?
A little well, again, that depends on how good you are, I mean, if
Mhm,
you're
mhm.
if you're not very adept at using a manual transmission, you can actually burn more gas, but yeah, if you drive properly, if you got you do the shifting at the right time and so on, yeah, you can definitely save gas that way. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I think the gap is getting smaller and smaller as the cars, the transmissions get better and better, and the
Mhm.
all the support hardware and software and all that gets better and better. So
I read somewhere that manuals are gonna be phased out. Have you heard that? I forget where
no,
it
I
was.
haven't heard that, but it makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense, right? And, so and I'm wondering why, several countries still keep the same driving structure on the right side of the road as opposed to the left, because a lot of countries had switched, I guess, right?
Well,
Or
I mean, America's never gonna switch.
right, right. Uh-huh. No, it's never
I
gonna.
mean,
No, I
I mean
mean,
they won't even switch to the metric system. The goddamn Americans are so fucking stubborn, man.
I know.
You know.
I remember learning the metric system, and it's not that hard.
Oh, it's
It's really not
easy.
that hard. Yeah,
I
right?
mean, the mathematics of it, the and everything. I mean, it's so easy. You learn a few words. I mean, you don't have to remember 3 of these is one of those, and 12 of these is one of those, and
Yeah,
I mean, what the hell? It's just the American system, that imperial system is just ridiculous. The metric system is so much more
it
logical.
is. I mean,
Uh,
what's easier, 8 millimeters or 3/8 of an inch or whatever, right? I
right,
mean, what's that, right?
right.
Dividing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that actually easier? No. Right.
No,
Ugh,
no.
and yeah, it's interesting. I mean.
I
Right.
really thought that, as I wasn't too surprised when I was smaller, but I thought with the, you know, the, the dominance or the, this insurgence of all the computer use, I thought as the digital world, I mean, because obviously the matrix or the matrix, the metric system, the matrix too, but the metric
We're in the
system,
Matrix.
is so much. Yeah, right. We're all in the matrix. I know that, but the metric system is so much, works so much better with the decimal system, and with the
Mhm.
digital. I mean, it just makes sense. Why they don't switch over, I don't know. But
I don't know
anyway,
why either, right? But a
yeah.
lot of countries, haven't they gone to the American style driving? Or
Some
I
places have, and actually, there've been some places that have switched the other way too. Yeah,
oh,
it's
really?
still,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Um,
What about the
at least
Philippines?
at least one place did. Because I heard about it, because when I first came to Japan, I was kind of interested in that, and so even
Mhm.
back then, there were places that were switching one way or the other, and because one place was, I think they switched to the British Japanese way. They switched to driving on the left side of the street, right, and but they advertise, they made this plan, and so for like for a year, they made the decision a year ahead of time, and they said, okay, a year from this date, and like every every week or so, they, oh, remember on such and such a date we're all switching to the other side of the road, and all this, and they just, they blasted the advertisements everywhere, and there weren't any accidents at all because of the change. Everybody just had it drilled into their mind that from this date we change, and so they were
Wow.
okay.
That's just
Yeah.
really excellent. Yeah. I don't think it would
So
happen
that's
like
why I
that
would never
in
work in America. Americans are going, I don't have to switch if I don't want to.
America. You're
I've been
right.
driving on the I've been
Right.
driving
I'm
on the
driving
right
on
side of
this
the
side of
street
the
for all my
road.
life. Yeah. I can
Right.
drive down the middle. What the heck? You guys choose your side. I'm gonna drive.
Choose
I'll
your
take my
way.
half out of the middle.
Right. I'm coming this way. Dang it. Move over.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So how about the Philippines? I forget exactly. They're the same as Japan, right? Or
No, they're the same as
no, they're
America.
okay, same as America, right? Okay, okay, yeah. Right, right. I'm always interested in that. Yeah. Like
Yep.
what countries or
Yep.
what.
They're
And
the
I
same as
forget. I think
America. Yeah.
it seems to me they're getting more and more like American driving as opposed to British style and Japanese style. Or I might be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they're yeah, that's the British. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So
I mean,
what
America.
no, I'm
Hmm?
just gonna say, what do you prefer? Or which way is there a more logical way? Is there a more kind of
Not to me. I mean, they seem to be. I
logical?
mean, just a absolutely arbitrary thing. I mean, I
Mhm, mhm,
haven't noticed one as being more efficient or easier to process or anything. Like I said, I mean, the gear shifting, I had absolutely no problem. You said it was a little bit to get used to that. For me, there wasn't anything at all. And once I'm used to it, yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't see any. It seems like I said, arbitrary, and I think that's why there are the two different systems continue. There is no really objective reason to choose one over the other, maybe.
I
I
guess
think
there
it's
is
probably more economics. I mean, you
mhm.
know, countries that are producing cars have a vested interest in, and more countries, using the same driving system that they do, so they don't have to, adapt the cars to another country, right?
Yeah, 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 right on. Right, right, right. That's I think that's it in a nutshell. You're right.
Yeah,
And probably the ones who I'm sure countries will probably not change, right?
right,
Unless it's in their economic interest, which
right.
it probably would never be in most countries, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Uh, of course, car importing and exporting, that's a different one, right?
right,
Japan
right.
does
Yeah.
import, or people can get cars, made in America that have the steering wheel on the opposite side.
Right,
My
but
wife's
yeah,
father had a
yeah.
car like that, and it was kinda weird to drive.
Because it's an American car, but it's built like a Japanese or a British car. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, oh,
Well,
it's made, the
yeah,
American car made with the American style, yeah.
American
Yeah,
style in Japan, yeah,
right, yeah. Yeah,
or
that I
German car,
yeah,
yeah.
I hate, I drove just a short distance, yeah, a car like that,
Mhm, mhm.
um,
I did
and
too.
I
Yeah,
it's terrible.
it's
I
hard.
didn't like it at all. I
It's
mean,
very hard.
because then my system for, okay, the driver's in the middle of the street doesn't work anymore, so
No,
now
right.
I'm all messed up, It's like
Exactly, and when you leave a parking garage, you have to crawl across the car to put in the card,
right,
put in your money,
right, yeah. So
But
Germany has the same drives the same style as the British, I believe, right?
yes, I
They're
think so, right.
right. Um, and there was a thing for a while. People were buying these Mercedes or BMWs or whatever, and they were buying the they were buying the export version because they wanted their foreign car to be foreign to have the steering wheel on the wrong side of the car, right?
Oh
Because
gosh.
the native German car is built like the Japanese car, with the steering wheel on the left or on the right, but they wanted it, to stand out. So you got these BMWs that look like they should be in America or whatever. It's
All right, okay. That's hilarious. That doesn't put, I can imagine that for Japan, right? They would want
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of nuance, right? That international
yeah.
nuance. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, you got a Mercedes. Oh, wait a minute, the steering wheel's just like Japanese car. Oh, I guess it's nothing special then, right?
Nothing
Yeah,
special, right? Yeah, all right. That's
yeah,
cool. That's interesting.
yeah,
Yeah. But I guess it'll never change. But it's okay with me. I'm totally used to it now. And I'm
yep,
fine with it. It
yep,
doesn't really bother me one bit, basically.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty good with it too. I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
It freaked my
Oh,
father out when he came once, right?
yeah,
When my mom and
yeah.
dad came years ago, they were like, "How can you drive like this? Oh my gosh. Whoa, where are we going? Watch out, don't you have to take a right?" Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah.
So,
Mm.
all right. We were gonna talk about music. Okay, let me just ask you a few
Yeah.
questions. What do you think? Guess. Okay, going back to 1970. So you were just a wee little toddler then, But
5
1970. What do you
I was 6,
the
yeah.
what song do you think started out the 70s as the number one hit?
Oh,
January 3rd,
oh.
1970. What do you think was the first hit of the 1970s?
First hit of the 1970s. What was the date again? June?
January 3rd, right? January
January
3rd. So
3rd.
the first, the first number one hit in the 1970s.
Oh my god. Song Sung Blue, Neil Diamond.
Ah, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. That wasn't it, but all right.
Uh,
I'll give you the singer and then see if you can tell me. The singer
alright.
is BJ Thomas.
Oh,
BJ Thomas.
BG Thomas, yeah, Raindrops Are Falling on My Head.
Right on. Yep.
Was that it? Okay.
What what movie is that from?
Wasn't it Singing in the Rain? No, I don't
No, no, no,
maybe
no,
that's
no, no, no,
I
no.
don't know. I don't know. Would I know it?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance
Oh,
Kid.
of course, right, okay, of course,
Yeah.
right, of course.
Redford and
Oh,
Robert
of course,
Redford and Paul Newman. Yeah, 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 yeah,
of
yeah.
course, okay,
Yep,
right, of course. That was a great song.
yep.
That was a
But
good
then,
song.
okay, so yeah, that was. I mean, that's a cool song. That's a really cool song. I like that song a lot. Yeah. What about
BJ Thomas. I
the
remember the
next?
name, sure, of course.
Yeah,
BJ Thomas, yeah.
the
Mhm.
next one. The next one. This one. I bet there's no way you're gonna guess. I can give you the group. I'll give you the group. The second hit. So raindrops falling on my head actually was spent a month, spent 4 weeks on the as number one. And then the next one, it was replaced by a song by the Jackson Five.
Oh, ABC, or I Want
No,
You
no,
Back.
that's another good guess now, but it wasn't. It wasn't the ABCs. Was it
Alright,
ABC? Yeah, that was Jackson Five. Yeah,
it
actually that was a few months later. Yeah,
was it? Wow,
yep.
okay. I Want You Back, no?
Yes, I want you back. There you go.
Really?
Yeah, very
Got it.
good.
Got it.
I couldn't have got
Very
that. There's
good.
no way. There's no way. I was never a Jackson 5 fan. I never liked the Jackson 5. I don't
No,
know why, but
I used to like them. I used to watch them. They used to have a show on TV that I
yeah,
recall, and I used to
yeah,
watch that
and yeah,
in my younger days.
I never really got into that one. No. All right,
Mm.
this
Well, that
this
was
next
good.
one. This
Excellent.
next
Yes.
one. February 7th. February 7th. The group
Cool.
was Shocking Blue. That ought to be enough to give you this one.
Yeah,
Shocking
Venus.
Blue.
Venus.
Yeah, there you go. Venus,
Venus.
absolutely. Right on, right on. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Venus. Yeah, Venus. Okay. Okay.
And what about all right, the next one, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. What was the so Sly and the Family Stone. This one I wouldn't have guessed either. I mean I know some Sly music, but this one I couldn't have guessed, I don't think.
I don't think I would have gotten that. No. No. That was it. Valentine's Day by Sly and the Family Stone.
No, 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 no. Valentine's Day, so February 14th. Sorry, February 14th. The number one
Oh,
hit on
okay.
February 14th.
Okay. Sly and the Family Stone. Sly and the Family Stone. Oh, it's like on the tip of my brain. Uh, Mama something.
No, it's thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Uh-huh.
and everybody is a star.
Oh, of course. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
thank you for
yeah.
being my friend. That
Yep,
one,
yep,
right?
yep, yep,
That
yep,
one.
yep. Yeah.
Right. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. No.
The next one, I think you can guess pretty easily.
Go
Um,
for it.
let's see. Let me give it to you slowly. Famous duo from that era.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay, and what do you think their hit was?
Bridge over troubled water.
Absolutely, absolutely. There you go. 100 points for that one. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
The
I
next one, April.
remember some stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That one spent 6 weeks as number one. Yeah, that was big. Yeah, and then
That was big. Very
yeah,
big. Right, right.
and then the next one was by that British group.
That British group. Oh,
You know, well,
begins with a B,
one
perhaps?
of their last ones. I mean, they were a group of the '60s, right? Basically they were the '60s, but this it dribbled into the '70s. So what do you think? One of their last ones was.
Uh,
Maybe it was their last one. I'm not sure.
uh,
In fact, I think it was their last
by George
number one hit.
Harrison. Yeah, this,
No, no, no. By the group.
by the group. By the group. Okay. Uh, uh, hello, goodbye. Not hello,
No, 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 no,
goodbye.
no. This is late, and this is like huge, huge hit.
Uh, the name's escaping me now, right?
Let it be.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sure.
let it be.
Of
Yeah,
course. I was
let
gonna
it be.
guess that next, but I was thinking more. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking more George Harrison oriented because.
Oh, actually, yeah, that one's a little bit later. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that was that George Harrison one that you're thinking of was released at the same time in
Oh,
early '70, and it made it to number one under the Beatles. Yeah, as the Beatles, and maybe that's the last one. I'm not sure. Yeah.
that could be the last one. Which was what again? Refresh me with the name.
The one.
Hello, here comes the sun.
No,
Is that
nope.
no? No. Okay. No.
I mean, yeah, to me, yeah, Here Comes the Sun is really good, but I prefer this one and one more. While My Guitar Gently Weeps is actually my
Oh.
favorite George Harrison song, but that's not this one. That's the other one. This one.
Oh my gosh. Ah.
I think this is George Harrison. I'm sure it is. Isn't it?
My
Yeah,
Sweet Lord. My Sweet Lord was George Harrison, wasn't it?
that's his solo, right? Yeah, that's his
Solo, right?
solo. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Day
on
by
All
Day.
Things.
Is that George Harrison? Day by Day? No.
No, no, no. That's the one that he got in trouble, for My Sweet Lord copying Day by Day.
Yeah. Right. Oh, that's right. That's what it was. That's what it was. Okay, right.
The Long and Winding Road.
Ah.
right? That's George,
The
isn't it?
long
That's a George
and
song.
winding road. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
gosh. All right.
I think so. I think so. Yeah,
Darn. Yeah. Yeah. That was again was swirling on the tip of my brain.
yeah. And then let's see, the one after "Let It Be" was another Jackson 5, the one you talked about before,
Okay. I want you back or ABC.
ABC, right? And then song by the Guess Who.
American Woman.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. American
great
Woman.
song.
And on the flip
Great
side,
song.
No Sugar Tonight. No sugar tonight in my
No Sugar
coffee.
Tonight.
No sugar tonight in my
Okay,
tea.
cool,
Yeah.
man. Excellent.
And then how about this one? Here's a blast from the past. Ray Stevens.
Ray Stevens. Yes, I do remember Ray Stevens. Oh my gosh. It never rains in Southern California.
No,
No,
not that one.
not that one. Okay. That was around there too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't
Ray
remember exactly when. Yeah, that was early 70s, yeah, or late 60s. I can't remember now. Yeah.
Ray
Ray
Stevens.
Stevens.
Brandy? No, no,
No,
no.
no, no, no. That was who was that? That
Oh,
was
who was
Looking
that?
Glass.
Looking Glass. That's right. Oh, Ray Stevens. Oh my God.
Everything is beautiful
Beautiful in
in
its
its
own
own
way.
way.
Oh my gosh. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah, and that was followed by The Long and Winding Road by the Beatles, and then another
By the
Jackson
Beagles.
5. Yeah, the Beagles, yeah, so Jackson 5, this is in the first half of the year, the Jackson 5 had 3 number 1 hits.
Gosh, man, that's what rocketed them to superstardom,
Yep, yeah, The Love You
Michael
Save, that was
Jackson.
there, yeah, The Love You Save.
Cool, man.
And then, okay, July 11th, 1970, the number 1 song in America by my group,
Three Dog
Three
Night.
Dog Night,
Three
yeah.
Dog Night. That was, Joy to the World.
No,
No,
no, it
black and white,
wasn't.
black and white,
What?
black and white.
No, no, those are later.
Those
Joy to the
later?
World was in 71. Joy to the World was in 71. Before that, they
Oh,
had a hit.
Three Dog Night. Oh, no, One is the Loneliest Number.
No, that was later also.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't I'm
Mama
sure I know it,
told me
but
not to come.
Mama told me not to
Mama
come.
told me not to come.
That one, okay.
That ain't
That
no way to
one.
have fun,
That
son.
one.
You
Okay.
want some whiskey in your water or sugar in your tea?
There you
What's all
go,
these
man.
crazy questions you asking me?
Yeah.
I know
Dad, I
that
hate to
song.
say, man, I gotta get going.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
know, I
run
know, I
to
know.
to
Yeah,
my
all
to
right,
my,
that's cool. That's why I
well,
wanted to do this because I knew
yeah.
we can
I
cut
love it.
this off at any time or we can go as long as we want to. So, yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Cool.
Super
Thanks
fun.
for this.
Super fun today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Wow, 28 people. That's cool.
Cool.
Excellent.
Excellent, excellent,
Yeah,
excellent.
that's
Thank you.
great. And
Yep.
thanks,
We'll
Dan. I'm gonna be putting something up this week too. I'll let you know.
do
And
that.
everybody keep watching for us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll talk more about Dune also.
Yeah, let's do
Yep.
that. Let's
Cool.
do that.
All right. Bye bye and
Thanks.
bye
Bye-bye.
bonds.
Thank you.